Yeah, welcome back, folks, to InnRoads Plays Dungeons and Dragons. We are really excited about being able to wrap this one up. We thought we were going to nail it down last time, but it just went a little long because we were having fun, and these guys were totally ruining up my RP because they took the guy by surprise. But anyway, we'll get to the
Hey,
ruination of my game later.
do not doubt the combination of jumping dwarf and Kamehameha. Do not belittle that amazing maneuver we pulled off.
No, it was so straight up so legit and so awesome. I mean, to me, kids out there, when you're learning Dungeons and Dragons and you're trying to DM and stuff, don't let stuff like this frustrate you because this is the stuff that sets things apart. This is the stuff that makes things super awesome. But yeah, we'll get to the summary and all that stuff and the recap and everything in a moment. But first, I want to bring everybody to the table and welcome them back. We've got Mike Perna playing Baerd Ironborn. We've got Luke Silas playing, or sorry,
Luke
we've
Silas.
got.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm looking at the overlay. That's what I'm seeing. If you look right there, that's what it says. We've got
Can we
Luke
make that
Navarro
a
playing
thing now, Luke Silas?
Luke Silas. That's actually kind of cool. Um, we got Luke Navarro
Sounds like a country
play.
star is what it does.
Yeah, no, it does. Silas, Luke Silas, Cold Hand Luke. No, I did Cool Hand. Anyway, all right. So we've got
Cool.
Luke Navarro playing Silas, and then we've got Mike Basha playing Kindrik, um, the party of all parties for InnRoads plays. So let's go around the board here and say
Go
hello.
Team Short Squad.
Go Team Short Squad. That's awesome. So let's start off with Mr. Perna. Things have been rocking and rolling.
A
How
little
are things
bit.
going? How are things
A little
going?
bit. I think I'm still recuperating from the event that was Tavern Con,
Yeah.
and I have Gen Con in a week and a half. So
There's no pressure. There's just nothing but fun, you
my
know?
my my mantra of sleep is for the week is yeah, that's become, I don't even know what the word sleep means anymore. So
Yeah,
we're good.
yeah. That's all right. Sleep is for Thursday afternoons, that sort of thing. So what's the biggest and best geeky thing you've done recently?
Besides, Tavern Con and Gen Con, I had to come up with
Yeah.
something above and beyond.
All right, fine. You don't have to. No worries.
I mean, I could try. I mean, I've been working on our character for the Victoriana game, which is the game that we're going to replace this one.
That's right. That's going to be
So
coming up soon.
I've got that going. I just put together by the time I just put it up earlier today when we're recording this. So who knows how long it's been since this video goes up.
Won't be too
But I
long.
just put together my top 10 things I'm excited about for Gen Con.
Very
The
cool.
games that are exciting me.
Yeah.
Uh, I there it was hard because at first I went through the list and I'm like, man, I don't know if anything's going to excite me. And I went through it a second time. I go, oh, there they are.
That's
There's
the
all of
stuff.
them.
That's the stuff. Nice. All right, kids, tune in so you can find out what those top tens are. What's number three?
Number 3, hold on, I actually have it up.
Yeah.
3 is actually one that probably would have been number 1 if it wasn't for the fact that I kind of knocked some points down if a game was only going to be demoed, if it wasn't going to be available.
Yeah.
So it kind of got knocked down. If this one was available, it would have been number 1. It's a game called Tricarion.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
basically, the theme of this game is that you're all playing as magicians in like a Victorian setting, trying to be the greatest stage magician around by collecting new tricks and messing up the other performers. Oh my
Nice.
goodness. I want this game in my life. I couldn't get the funds together to kickstart it. So the second that thing becomes available on retail, I'm picking it up. But yeah, the only reason it was number 3 was because it's only going to be demoed. It's not available at Gen Con.
Gotcha. Well, cool. Thanks, Mr. Perna. We're really looking forward to hearing reports on that and then seeing your involvement in Rose Victoriana and all that tomfoolery. So I like it.
I look forward to it.
I love it. Thank you. Please do the accent. Please do the accent. Okay. Mr. Navarro, Mr. Luke
Sir.
Silas, what's going on in your life, man? Sounds like you've had
Ah,
a few days of man time.
yeah, my wife and kids are out of town. You read into that whatever you'd like. So I've got a whole bunch of days, mostly involving engines and firearms, because Yeah.
Because dude
Um,
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's good. Though I will say next week I will be going deep sea fishing for the first time.
Mm.
And I will be honest that I've seen enough episodes of Deadliest Catch to be nervous. Okay. I know what happens to the greenhorn, and it's not a good situation.
Not pretty.
But
It's not pretty. So you're getting on this deep sea fishing vessel, and then all of a sudden you see crab cages. Then
yeah,
Luke Navarro gets nervous at that point, right?
right. Yeah, or waves coming over the side, and I'm not exactly, I'm a little top heavy, so it's not a good situation.
I'm not gonna lie, if I get placed in the ocean, I'm kind of like a buoy, but it's okay.
Ding,
Exactly.
ding.
Attach some lights and a noisemaker, I'm good to go. But cool. So what's the geekiest thing you've done over these last few days? Any cool games stand out?
Uh, Not in terms of board games, but I did pick up Elder Scrolls Online, and so I have been kind of messing with that a little bit. Um, it's okay. It would have been way better had that game come out before Skyrim, because Skyrim was super awesome and makes everything else look less awesome.
Yeah, Skyrim's OP, man. That's
But
super cool.
still, it's Elder Scrolls. It's running around, killing undead and that kind of thing. So it's good.
Cool, man. Very cool. Well, if I get the Skrilla together and the computer rig that can handle it, I'd definitely like to join up on that. It'd be kind of nice to have this little party going there. All right, cool. Now we're moving over to Mr. Basha, the wily Kindrik. What's going on, man?
My Kindrik is much more wily than I am. Although, let's see, in the last week, I've been playing my bargain bin Batman game, which, by the way, one of the reasons why I have the best wife.
That's Lego Batman, I assume.
No. It's Arkham Origins, right? But the best thing about this game is that I came home one day and my wife's like, "I got you something," and she had been in the GameStop with the boys, and she saw Arkham Origins and knew I didn't have it. Saw it was in the bargain bin. Like, I like them. I like all my games from the bargain bin, and she picked it up for me. I had no idea. There was no good reason. Best wife ever. So I've been playing that today. And then on top of that, I got my blower running, my leaf blower running. Wow, that's not geeky at all, right? We're going to try and create a hovercraft for the kids using leaf blower.
Okay, now that's exceptionally geeky.
Yeah,
That's
That's
exceptional.
better. Yeah.
yeah. So that's what we're using that for. And in the meantime, before we get that set up, we'll use the leaf blower as a wind tunnel to fly some balls of wood gliders the boys got last week. So,
Oh man, that's so cool.
Yeah. so I'm looking forward to that.
Okay.
See, now you get the wind tunnel created. You go back to the drawing board and make those trebuchets you were talking about, and then you
Oh,
start.
the trebuchets are on the list, actually. Yes,
There you go.
they're on the list.
See, then you're going to be able to learn about aerodynamics and artillery, all at one shebang. It's so cool.
You know, we also have one of the best churches ever. My boys were in our VBS program called Summer Splash, and Jake, my middle child, and my oldest, who was helping, both did an aviation class for the week, where they got aviation maps. They brought a flight simulator in. They actually got to fly a trailer-sized flight simulator.
Oh wow!
They had a drone battle, which my 10-year-old took second place in, where they were flying drones around and doing all that. And the instructor of that class, who is a missionary bush pilot, I believe, he told my wife that he loves Jake because he was hanging on every word that he was saying. So, so that's where the balls of wood gliders come from, and so that's where we're going. So, yeah, it's all geek, nerd, and engineers over here at my house. So,
Loving it. That's so awesome. Great stuff. Man, I can't even compare with any of that stuff, man. The geekiest thing I'm doing right now is prepping the Victoriana game. So that's pretty much been my life at this point, and then also making sure that this wraps up nice and tidy.
Are you people looking at the screen?
Yeah, your video
Can you
cam went
see the
out.
screen?
I see a dice. That's what I see, and it's coming
No,
up
that's
on.
not what I mean. I'm talking about the backgrounds and the storage and the gathered items and stuff. I'm not doing anything geeky. Come on, man.
The short
like
version
me.
is, Jeff,
I know.
we appreciate
You're
all
like the
the work you're doing to
superhero
make
of our
us look
geek.
good.
Oh
This is
no, no,
gonna
no.
be
Thank
fun.
you. Okay. Yeah, I have a lot of fun doing these overlays, and actually something else I have been kind of working on. Thank you for the talk up. The other thing I've been working on is little short videos to put out for you guys out home who are looking to possibly do this kind of thing. To believe it or not, all of these overlays and stuff I'm creating on a little program called PixArt on my phone, and that's how it's
On your
done. I
phone.
mean, yeah, it's so easy because believe it or not, my computer doesn't render the image at this higher resolution as my phone does.
Yeah,
So,
he's saying all this stuff. Eventually, when Victoriana kind of wraps up, the next game is going to be Numenera, and I'm running that one. Yeah, if Jeff's not playing in that, I'm screwed
Yeah.
hey,
because
just like I did, just
after two different sets of these looking amazing, they're going to put me in charge and be like, "This is a thing. This
don't
this
worry,
works
don't worry.
kind of
I am just as I did with Luke. I will extend my production services for your use. So don't
good."
worry, I'll be there to back you up.
I would like to mention that we're part of InnRoads Ministries, who are learning how to specialize in board games, online games, and putting together things like this. So Jeff's going to create an excellent tutorial for you all to know how to do this. And if Perna can do the tutorial, we know we've made the right tutorial.
Oh, dude, I will totally be the guinea pig on this. Like, if I can do it, anyone can pull this off.
No problem, man. I'll be glad to do it. We'll set it up.
I can say that because literally when he wrote the Pathfinder play-by-post intro, how do you think I made my character? I used his intro. I'd never done it before.
It's interesting, Paizo. You know, once you get your wheels up on that thing, it becomes easy. But like, Paizo does not make the entry into the play-by-post arena very easy at all. But
Little piece of trivia, little piece of website trivia.
Yeah.
Still to this date, the most viewed article on our site is. It's also the most linked article on our site. People
Yeah, I just see it on
all
the boards.
over the Pathfinder boards have found it and are now every GM is like, no, just go look at this.
That's great.
That's a shot in the arm from me. I appreciate the.
That's great. And
appreciate the
and
links.
that's the other thing is that I did not realize the production value that was going into the final videos until I'd hopped out onto YouTube and went, whoa. I mean, we don't see that because it's all pre-production here, but
Right.
seeing stuff you're putting together, it impressed me, Jeff, and I just want to give you full credit for that. So
Thanks. All right. Well, thank goodness my camera isn't very good because then you aren't going to see me get all red-faced. So, moving right along.
you can see that tear down your cheek. So you know.
Okay. All right. Let's do some transition, kids. Let's jump into the game. Let's see here. We will move over to a new display, which will kind of give a little bit of a summary of where everything's at. And if this works out correctly, I will be playing a little bit of music that will go along with the game.
Oh, I hear it.
There we go. Not too loud, so that way it doesn't overwhelm the audio.
I feel like I'm listening to like Seventh Guest or something. Old man Stout built a house,
Let's get
filled
ready.
it with his toys.
The rain outside was dreadful. All right, so
Calliopes?
yeah, they're beautiful. All right, so let's get into it. As a summary, we'll do this. The group here, Baerd, Kindrik, and Silas, were hired by Ubylyn Silas, a halfling merchant working out of Melvaunt, the City of Swords, and hired to take some supplies over to a small town. I mean, to call it a town is to be extremely generous. It's basically a one tavern building with a small hamlet around it called Black Horse. Take supplies there, and along the way gather information because lots of stuff have been going on. During their travel along the Flan Road, they came across some bodyguards trying to take care of a half-elf, but more specifically, they came across one bodyguard being attacked by goblins. Couple well-placed battles later, they were able to overcome the goblins in their own encampment and free the bodyguards and their charge, a half-elf named Undil. Once that was done, they found an excavation site that led down into a series of tunnels that eventually led to a temple to Velsharoon, which is the god of, well, one of the gods of the dead, but more specifically is a transcendent god who became a Lich King.
More specifically, a guy who creeped Baerd out the second he saw him.
That's correct. That's correct. And through the discoveries of ranging from a fairy come back to life that warns them when undead are near, to uncomfortable findings of old spell books and a broken wizard's staff, and a procured knucklebone, which may or may not be a reliquary. We'll find out, I guess. But deep into those tunnels, they plunged and found undead. They found zombies. And these zombies were being outfitted with clothing from a house in Melvaunt, more specifically the Brule house, the Brule family. And come to find out, as they descended into that pit and found and laid low hordes of undead, they found a journal belonging to an Anad Anir, or Anir Anad, I even mispronounced his own name, who was in league with another house in Melvaunt, a rival house called House Laerin. And it seems that House Laerin was in league with Anir Anad in order to flood the House Brule's grounds with zombies. And this was going to be done by a excavated tunnel that was leading from this site all the way back to Melvaunt. But our heroes were able to interrupt Anir Anad's ritual before he was able to achieve one of his first milestones towards lichdom. They were able to take him by surprise, blast him straight to hell, along with his two acolytes, and are now emerging from those tunnels and coming back to the campsite where they had left those bodyguards along with that half-elf Undil. So I know with the last episode we kind of closed out with you guys heading back to Melvaunt, but I thought it might be kind of good to open up right here in that campsite. So we'll cut to this now. We'll have the camera opens on a dark vale, a campsite where there's embers of a fire is burning out. I think it was close, a little bit after dawn, when you guys emerged from the tunnel, and as the lights kind of starting to bathe across this area, our three heroes, two dwarfs and a halfling, basically, you emerged from the forest into the campsite, and they find the bodies of these guards. They find all three of them dead, cut viciously across the throat, and the half-elf is nowhere to be seen. Between the three of them, they were able to track what looks to be the half-elf's steps going back to the road and heading east back to Melvaunt. So the decision is, at this point, you have the supplies cart, you have these dead folks that are here. The decision is, do you head back to Melvaunt? Do you continue with your mission, the original mission from Ubylyn, to deliver these goods to Blackhorse? What is the priority for you guys?
Now, do we all see his footprints headed back?
I think it was between the three of you. I think Silas was the one who had the best survival roll and was able to find them. And then the rest of you kind of confirmed. I think the rest of you kind of helped. You add added advantage to his roll in order to make that happen.
Well, if I saw the footprints, then Baerd would want to go follow him, because either he knows what happened, or he's what caused what happened. And either way, I'm looking to track him down.
Okay.
I say clean up your mess. Don't let anybody get free. Everyone goes.
All right, Silas, how about you? What's your vote?
Sure. Let's go get him.
The only reason I want to vote for Black Horse is because it has its own theme song.
It does.
Black horse, black horse, black horse, black horse.
That's inappropriate and it's not going to fly in this game, my friend. Not at all. All right,
Okay.
so remind me again, we're going which way? West of Black Horse or east of Melvaunt?
If his footprints
Follow
are
the
headed
tracks.
east to Melvaunt, we're following the footprints.
Okay,
Yep.
good. Just want to confirm.
Once we hunt them down and kill them, then we can go the other way.
That's right. All right, so you guys pile into the cart. What are you guys going to do with the bodies? I kind of recall what happened last time, but I wanted to make sure that that's the same thing that you guys want to have happen now.
How far are we from the pit?
Probably about
No, we're not throwing them in the pit.
As much as I would like to leave them here, Baerd is not going to let us leave
No,
them here.
there's not a chance in the world Baerd is going to let you.
So
If you need me to scream at you in a dwarven brogue, I'll do it. But no, there's not a chance in the world Baerd would let you do that.
Start digging, Baerd.
So do you guys wish to take some time and
This is why we brought a
Them.
cart, after all, right?
I wouldn't mind throwing them in the cart for the sake of
wait a
speed.
minute. We got to ride in the cart.
I'm just saying,
All right.
either we're taking the time to bury him, or we're throwing him in the cart to be buried later.
Can't
Those
we
are-
bury them with a,
those are the two options
wizard
that Baerd
fire?
Yes.
It's a kind of burial.
Get a funeral pyre going. Actually, you know what? I think Baerd wouldn't be upset by that.
Yeah, because he's
All So we're going Jawa on these suckers.
As long as Baerd is allowed to perform the required rituals over them, I'm pretty confident he wouldn't care.
I think
And as
that,
long as I'm allowed to light them up.
so all right, so I guess you guys gather them
we're
up.
not literally just like there they are, whoosh. No, but there's going to be some pomp and circumstance to this.
Sure.
But yeah,
All right.
Well, walk us through it, Baerd. How are you doing it? And if you can at all add that awesome accent, I'd love to hear it.
basically, the first thing we'd have to do is Silas, I'm going to have you go out and get some tinder. We're going to have to create a pyre.
I can do that.
So he's going to go off and he's going to get the wood, and basically I'm going to have Kindrik, help position the bodies because we're a couple dwarves. So we throw these guys because these guys are twice as tall as we are. So just kind of get them in position. When the twigs come by, we kind of arrange them as one would for a funeral pyre, and then I will say some. Baird's not one for like super showy, so what he's probably going to end up doing is just real quiet, say a little prayer to Moradin over them, and just give a nod to Silas when it's time to light him up.
All right. So how is Kindrik following along with this? I mean,
Kindrik's a little frustrated because unless that guy's bleeding, those footsteps are getting farther from us. But he's going to move the bodies. He knows Baerd well enough to move the bodies and do the show.
okay.
And I know Silas will do a good job roasting and toasting. So
He's done well so far.
He's done excellently.
Everybody needs to have a thing.
Yours is lighting things on fire.
Everybody's got a thing. So how's everybody's spells at this point? So I'm basically looking at Baerd and Silas. Do you
It's
have?
all been the same day, right?
Yeah, this has all been the same day.
I'm not gonna lie. There's a good thing that I'm good with my hammer,
Okay.
because that double guiding bolt down in the hole
Mm-hmm.
pretty much killed my spell book.
I have used.
I think I have one more level 1 spell slot open, like one.
Okay. That sounds about right from what I remember. What you guys have used. So
Double guiding bolt down
I've
below.
only
and
used
that.
I've only used one spell out of my 3.
I wonder if I have any explosives I can dig a hole with. Let me just speed this up.
you wanna acquire some explosives in order to do that. I don't think that's gonna work, my friend.
Could I cast a thunder wave about 6 feet under the ground?
Nice, nice. All right, you laughing guys. You guys make me laugh, make me funny, haha. Let's see here. I'll just pull up some information on short rests because in the back of the cart, you guys will get something of a short rest there. Depending upon who decides to drive. That sort
Well,
of
if
thing.
that's the case, and I need these two to have their spells back, then I'll drive.
I think it depends on the class that you are. I know that when you go into the expanded list of classes, like Warlocks, they'll get some spells back on a short rest. Wizards, I think, get like 1 or 2 spells, which I think Silas, that would take care of you. I'm not sure about the Clerics, how they get
Honestly,
their...
I have no idea.
It's one guy.
Yeah.
Baird's got a hammer.
I thought I had to do it every day, basically.
My short sword is ready to go.
Right.
And the only spell I've used is Detect Magic, so I'm kind of okay.
All right.
Right.
Then
Everything else I use is cantrip.
Okay. So it has coverage here for hit dice that you can get back. How's everybody's damage?
My damage is probably the worst.
I think yours was... You were the worst
I
off.
have the
Let's take a look here. I'll put you guys out onto the board that you're on right here. So
I'm middle. I'm not bad. I'm not great. I'm kind of just. I've taken some hits, but I'm not like near death or anything.
Okay.
My character sheet says I am at 8 hit points out of 20.
Yeah, that's pretty low. So you guys do have access to healing potions.
About to
So
say,
you guys-
didn't he give us some healing potions when we left?
You do, and then you also acquired 1 or 2 of them along the way.
All right, let's look at my inventory. I have some potions. I do have some potions.
Yeah. All right, so I got you guys onto the board there. Let's see.
Yeah, I've actually got 2 of them. 2 potion of cure light wounds.
There you go.
I got 2 potions of healing. That's all it says. Apparently.
I have 4.
Not to be mixed up with my vial of poison. That would be very bad.
I would not recommend that.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. I'll wager. Okay, so for curing potions, I guess it's not so much a cure light wounds or anything anymore. It's basically just a potion of curing. So let's take a look here.
How do you use these guys?
Okay, so what you can do is you can head over to Roll20. You could use your character sheet. I think they have something there for it, but if for your hit dice. But if not, you can always do the slash roll in the chat window. Just do slash roll 1d8, and it will be your level, so +2. And then plus any no constitution modifier. So 1d8 +2.
1d8 +2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's for a single potion.
1d8 +2. Okay. Slash 1d8.
Did you just do something to our hit points?
Don't think so. Whoops.
Because mine just
/
went away.
Yeah. 8 +2.
Where are they?
Rolling 1d. 4.
Them's the breaks, sir. So
9,
I think
10,
you have
11,
another one.
12. 12 of 20.
Okay.
What else can I do?
I think you have another one, don't you? Or did you down that one during the battle?
I do have another one. I had 3 at one point. I think I gained 1 back.
You can use one of mine. I have 4.
I'll just use my other one. Let's see.
Okay.
Down to 0.
Yeah, I don't know what I noticed that when I was setting up some NPCs the
Boom!
last time,
what I'm
that
talking
hit points were disappearing when I was clicking onto the tokens. So I don't know if that's something to do with Roll20 or not.
Nope.
All right,
12.
cool.
Let's
Got an
see.
average return there. So you are at max, right?
Max. Let's go kick some, whatever it is that we're chasing. Is it partly
It's a
human?
half elf, I think.
Half
Or
elf.
no. Yeah, half elf.
Half elf.
All right.
Um,
Can't find my notes from
I'll
last.
take his human side. You guys can have his elf side.
Nice. I'll take the human side and the half elf side. All right. Crazy kids.
Is it left, right, or is it top, bottom? Not sure.
My experience is generally
symmetrical.
top bottom.
Wow. I get top bunk. All right. So you guys managed to get the bodies put into a slight dig in the earth, enough to where you can put some tinder there. You've got some stuff that's fallen down from the trees around here because, again, it's cold. It's probably in the 30s at this point because it's dawn, maybe 20s to 30s. So you guys are kind of bundled up, but there's wood around that you can find that's slightly dry, and then you can put the bodies in there. So what's Baerd's practice? Is there any specific words he wants to say over these guys?
Nothing, specific. He didn't do a lot of funerals in the temple. It's really not his shtick. Usually the higher ups would do that sort of thing. So basically, he just says a pretty generic prayers and Moradin, returning them to the fires that born them, kind of thing.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So the Silas, as you kind of walk up to the bodies where they're stacked up, what's going through your head as you're about ready to do this?
You probably don't actually want to know that, or at least these guys don't necessarily want to know that.
Baerd especially doesn't want to know that.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty confident it breaks down to, I make fire.
Yes. We need fire.
Well,
Silas-
I don't know. It might be more because with Silas, I mean, he's picked up some.
I do have a necromantic book and a necromantic rock and a
yeah.
necromantic knuckle
Hey, can you?
on my person, and a journal that probably explains pretty well how to use all of this stuff.
Don't make Baerd smite whatever foul creations you bring up.
My character knows full well that I can't do those kind of things around certain individuals that may or may not
There would be much smiting.
present.
No.
And
I
so
see
I
nothing wrong with having a wake with their own people.
Well,
so I light them up.
well, let's do this actually, because I'm kind of interested. I'm sure the folks at home will be interested in this. Basha, can you mute your audio, and then I'll wave like this when it's okay to come back, and then Baerd, can I have you remove your headphones?
This is dangerous.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
I'm perfect. I'm gonna go turn on a light back here. Okay, hold on.
Okay, so make sure you mute.
You are looking quite. I see dead people.
I know. Right?
Okay,
It's getting
I've
clear.
muted you.
Okay. All right. So what's going through Silas's head, so the kids at home know?
Well, Silas is a thing in that he doesn't exactly have moral standards in terms of how he goes about doing his bad guy slaying.
Right.
And, having gone through this experience, I realized that having undead around is actually kind of useful.
Really? Okay.
They're really sort of a pain in the butt to have to kill. And, they make good cannon fodder. And so, I've been maybe picking up pieces along the way that
Literally and
I might have hidden from Baerd. We maybe have talked about that a couple of times on Whispers.
Right.
With the idea that in the future I would probably be using. I might at least research the topic to see if maybe we can cast back some of the darkness that's coming over my forest.
Nice. I like it.
And undead bears would be cool.
I can't deny that. As a DM and also as a player, I cannot deny that.
Yeah.
All
Just
right.
saying.
Okay.
You
Cool.
probably
No,
know.
that's awesome.
'Cause,
All right, I'll bring him back in.
Let me just say, I immediately don't like the fact that Luke did a lot of talking and Jeff did a lot of giggling. I'm really not a fan of this.
I'm gonna have to watch the episode later and see what it says.
That's what's gonna have to happen.
Yeah, it won't matter.
Like,
It won't
normally,
matter.
normally I try to watch the episodes when they come live anyway.
Right.
This one, I want to know what just happened.
It'll be interesting how this shapes up the evening.
Can I
so-
give him a hint?
No,
Not well?
nothing.
Oh, come on.
No hints. No hints.
I think the hint is fire.
DM Fiat. I'll end the call.
Yeah.
All right.
That's too good. That's too good. Okay. All right. So Silas, so outwardly you're walking over and you're casting your spell.
Sure.
Anything you say or do other than just the perfunctory motions of doing it?
Yeah, no, to me, these were decent people, but they have no role in my vision for the future. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm just helping out Baerd.
Okay. All right, cool. So, all right, so the fire builds up. Magically, it just, you see kind of like that warm glow, that reddish orange glow. And then it just builds up into that fire. It sparks off the tinder. Even some of the wet wood that is there still has something that gets sparked in there because just the magic is unrelenting and it's just going to consume everything. So it starts to build up.
Did we use a magic fire or did we just light a fire?
It's a
We use
combo.
magic fire because
Yeah.
Okay.
we have magic.
The magic fire
like-
feeds the.
That's
the
like
fuel.
saying, did Harry Potter pull out a match?
I was
No.
just wondering, I was hoping for fireworks and explosions.
Yoga fire!
fire.
What I will say, and this is, I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying hard not to metagame right now.
Sure.
So I'm gonna ask: is there anything suspicious looking about this fire? Because Baerd has his own fire.
Silas, you tell us. Is there anything weird?
No, it is just a firebolt that you guys have seen burn a lot of things.
Okay, if it outwardly looks like a normal fire, then Baird's not going to question
Yeah, I
it.
mean, as much as normal fire magic in both
Magic
form
fire, right?
looks like normal fire, sure.
Hey, and these days, kids, magic fire is just magic fire. It's okay. All right, cool, guys. So you guys, you take care of this, and you imagine get packed up, ready to go. The cart supplies and everything are there. The two mules are pretty eager to go just because of the smell that's now permeating this area. Silas, for you, being close to nature, you know that it's probably not wise to stick around here with that kind of smell in the air. Even though animals aren't normally used to barbecue, the other types of bipedal creatures, which are rumored to be roaming these forests these days, probably would definitely
Well,
like to smell it. So.
I think Kindrik's got the right idea. We haven't spent enough time
Spent enough time. Thank you.
on niceties. Let's chase the sucker down.
Wait. He said that in character, so Baird's going to treat it like it's in character. He's going to walk up, and when he's complaining about it taking too long, he's going to give him a smack upside the back of the head. Have some respect for the dead, you bloody idiot.
Which one of us did you hit?
Kendrick.
Kendrick.
All right, that's good because you hit the back of a halfling's head, and I may just fall down.
No, Baerd just expects that from you.
Oh, jeez.
I get what you're trying to do, brother, but if we don't catch this guy, we're going to be paying for it later. Let's go.
Yeah,
all right, so you guys pile into the carts. All of you, including the mules, eager to depart, and you set out eastward back to Melvaunt. And let's do this. We'll take our first episode break here on the YouTubes. We'll be moving into our next session here shortly. We'll be releasing these out pretty quickly. I'll probably do these every 2 to 3 days. So until then, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in, and we will see you guys very soon.